all things their Creator bless. All things their Creator bless. And worship Him in humbleness. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Praise, praise the Father, praise the Son, and praise the Spirit, three in one. Oh, praise Him, oh, praise Him. Hallelujah, 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 sing hallelujah. Amen. Good morning. All right, hey, what a great day it is to come in and welcome Creator of all things. I love the way this song starts off. All creatures of our God and King, lift up your voice and let us sing. So it is a time and an opportunity when we get to join with all of creation and lift our voice and put all of our whole selves into what we are doing at this moment, in this place with God and His Holy Spirit. Hey, if you would greet someone that you are worshiping with this morning, say hello. Maybe you hadn't seen somebody in a while, or maybe a new face. Shake somebody's hand this morning, maybe give somebody a hug. All right. As you are finding your way to your seats, there's a couple of things that they're pretty typical. I will say this, that if you are looking to find out what is going on in the life of the church at Cahaba, there's a flyer somewhere in the back that will give you instructions on how to download our app. So be sure to do that. That'll kind of let you know what's going on throughout the week. You can view the videos and the services online if you have to be away. We got a lot of people out this weekend because of the holiday weekend, so hopefully they'll catch up with us later on too. Also, somewhere along your aisle there should be a black registration pad. If you are sitting close to that, if you would pick that up, or if you see that somewhere, pick it up and jot your name down, pass it along the aisle, and let us know you're here this morning. If you have any part of your life that needs prayer, there are prayer request cards in there that you can drop in the baskets when we celebrate with our tithes and offerings in a little while as well. Today is a special day. Today is World Communion Sunday, and you're going to hear more about that soon, but I did want to just make a note of that. And it's an awesome opportunity that we, along with churches across the world, recognize. And it's an opportunity for us to kind of connect on that spiritual and mental level with all of our family of believers throughout the world. That being said, if you would, stand with me for our call to worship, which is kind of leaned into World Communion Sunday. And I just want to let you know, I found this on the this call to worship. It's from the Africana worship book that was posted on the United Methodist Church's website. And I thought it was just absolutely fitting and beautiful for us to say together this morning. Your part is in bold on the screen. Jesus prayed that we might be one in spirit, one in mission, in union and communion with each other and with you. Today, God, we confess fumblings and failures in accomplishing unity as we set aside yet another day to remind ourselves of the past. On this World Communion Sunday, give us eyes to recognize your reflection in the eyes of Christians everywhere. Give us a mind to accept and celebrate our differences. Give us a heart big enough to love your children everywhere. Thank you for setting the table, space enough for us all. Amen.
This is World Communion Sunday. I know we should have a beach outpost this Sunday, because we've got a lot of folks at the beach enjoying a 4-day weekend, and we love that. We love that our families seek to take care of one another and hope to do the same along the way. I know we've had some various things going on health-wise within the life of our congregation this week. We just lift up prayer for healing. We talked about healing last week. It was a special service. But we're grateful for you being here this morning. There is a part of this service, every time you come to communion, it's a necessary part, is it gives you a chance to kind of take stock and see where you are, where you are in life. That's one wonderful piece of it. And where else in the culture do you get a regular level setting? A time where you come back and say, hey, this is where I am, and this is where I really want to be. Well, this part of the table gives you that opportunity to kind of confess where you are. I say kind of confess, kind of come out of hiding. Lord, this is who I am. This is what it is. It's not perfect. It's not pretty sometimes, but this is honestly who I am. That's what I bring to the table this morning. There is just a simple invitation that is a part of the communion service. I would remind you that this is not a uniquely Cahaba band service. You do not have to be a member of this church to come to this table. This is not uniquely United Methodist. So you do not have to be Methodist. You can come from whatever your background may be. It's not unique to any particular denomination out there. It's the Lord's table, and you are invited. If you would seek that, begin to directly go forward in your life. That's what this is about. It's about you taking wherever you are, whoever you are, to the next place, to that next level. That's what this is about, is you getting better through the power and the grace of God. And so here is the invitation. You'll see on the slides I read in the lighter version, or the lighter version, you'll be responding. Christ our Lord invites to his table all who love him, who earnestly repent of their sins. That just means you're turning back toward God. And people who seek to live in peace with one another. Therefore, let us confess our sin before God and one another. Merciful God, we confess that we have not loved you with our whole heart. We have failed to be an obedient church. We have not done your will. We have broken your law. We have rebelled against your love. We have not loved our neighbors, and we have not heard the cry of the needy. Forgive us, we pray. Free us from joyful obedience through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. Would you take just a moment, your own private prayer? Lord, this is where I am this morning. This is where it hurts. This is where I know it's the line, Lord. This is who I am. So if you would offer your prayers of confession quietly for a moment. Hear the good news. Christ died for us while we were yet sinners. That proves God's love for us. In the name of Jesus Christ, you are forgiven. In the name of Jesus Christ, you are forgiven. Glory to God. Amen. I want to say a word about, before we ask, I'm not sure who's going to come and take our baskets here in a moment and pass those. But today, on the World Communion Sunday, we receive all the communion offering. What normally is red basket offering, it all goes today to a World Communion offering. And that goes to the United Methodist Committee on Relief, which is one of the coolest relief organizations, period. Because all the administrative costs are covered already because of the structure of the way the church is out in the world. And that means if you give $10, it goes $10 worth of bread. If you give $100 to the gift, it goes toward refugee relief efforts. The whole thing goes toward that. And so it's far as bang for your buck, going to make a difference. It is a great offering to participate in. Now, when you leave today, there's a red basket at the back. That is one place you can leave it. If when you come down for communion, you would like to leave it on the edge of the stage, then you can do that as well, because you're going to come down in the rows. But I hope that you'll participate. I would love for this, every family does something, and it becomes our offering, and we'll then forward that to the United Methodist Committee on Relief, and it'll make a difference again in the hurting of the world. And So just say that before, but I would invite anything that goes into the regular baskets, that's your general offering. And so just to know the difference. When you come to communion or you put it in the red basket, that's United Methodist Communion Relief, one great hour, or excuse me, World Communion offering. Anything else in the regular basket, that's your general offering. Okay, so sorry for all the explanation. I have a gift of confusing sometimes the obvious, but anyway, if I could ask our ushers to come, a couple of guys, here we go. All right, Reed and Jonathan. You know, there's so many ways to serve, and these guys come in, the different ones who come each week and do this, they're servants of the Lord.
Yeah.
And we thank God for them. When you participate in this, go Lord, go now.
Broken within, oh,
Sidewalk prophet on the corner says we're going down the tubes. Cites apocalyptic happenings in the Bible and the news. Tidal waves, tragic earthquakes, wars nobody wins. Looks like the boys already thrown the towel in. But I, for one, think life's still good. Could it be a better world? I think we'd all agree. Good. So let's go out and make a good world better. Be the ones to usher in a brighter day. Maybe true, can't do a thing about the weather, but we can go out and make a good world better. Yes, we can go out and make a good world better. I might begin by sending aid to refugees a world away, volunteer down at that shelter where the homeless children play. Be a friend to Mother Nature, save a whale, reclaim the land. Like, who knows, we just might jumpstart paradise again. It's our day, our chance to shine. Let's not forget our children will inherit the earth we leave behind. So let's go out and make a good world better. Be the ones to usher in a brighter day. Maybe true. Can't do a thing about the weather, but we can go out and make a good world better. Yes, we can go out and make a good world better. Have you ever seen a baby smile or watched a hawk in flight or maybe walked a moonlit beach? Well, somewhere I read God said it is good. And I'd like to think there's still a few believers who believe we can go out. Make a good world better. Be the ones to usher in a brighter day. Maybe true, can't do a thing about the weather, but we can go out and make a good world better. Yes, we can go out and make a good world better. World Communion Sunday is before us. It's a day that we'll be joining Christians around the world with the message of Christ and the good news that God so loved the world that He gave His only Son, that whosoever believes in Him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Blue Bloods, I've referenced a few times. Blue Bloods is just one of those shows. It has the excitement of drama, it has a little bit of humor built in, but it has values woven into the story. And it's the story of the Reagan family. And Frank Reagan, police commissioner, New York City. And you got ADA, the daughter, and then you got a detective, and then you got a beat cop, and then you got grandfather who's a retired commissioner. So police is their language. They understand law enforcement, right and wrong. And the family table, though, is the piece that I particularly think about when I think about the show, because they'll have all the stories out on the streets. Have the intrigue of a possible terror attack and how they solve those problems and hopefully keep them from happening. But the family table is where they kind of bring it back together. It's where they process their days. They come in and they have a certain kind of day and they talk around the table and it puts things in perspective for them. They remember who we are. We're the Reagans. You remember who we are. Family comes first is one of their lines they use a lot. It's where we remember the values and we speak truth. And we go toe to toe. There are times where we're going to disagree with one another. When you're in an honest environment where people, they don't care if you're an Emmy winner or if you're a hit songwriter, you're just you at the family table, which is awesome and wonderful. A place where you get real, experience unconditional love and are nourished. That's really the heart of what we do when we come to this World Communion table. We do it once a month. It's interesting, Rick Warren said that you need to reinforce the vision of a church or any organization at least every 30 days. He said something about it. We get forgetful and we wander off. And so we sort of do that without even realizing it in the church. It's what we're doing. We're tagging up. We're coming back saying, this is who we are. This is what we're about. All the other noise out there in the world and the culture. But this is who we are. Is we're children of God. We're followers of Christ. The table is what keeps them, it keeps them, it keeps us. We get too far from this, and it's just arguments and disagreements and intellectual, religious spirits. It's not who we are. And so the table brings us back again and again. Communion is our family table. I'm thinking about a typical conversation you might have around this family table, in particular when we think about this World Communion Sunday. And here it is, and maybe it's the Frank Reagan character, if I would be that in this situation. And this is kind of what we're talking about today. If you could change one thing in the world, what would it be? And there's a good chance you got somebody in the peanut gallery out there and they say, I don't mean to brag, but I just put a puzzle together every day, and the box said 2 to 4 years. There's a bubble at every table, you know. It's funny how that works, but I mean, seriously, now if you could change one thing in the world, what would it be? Some might say, we just got to start over. We got to renew mankind. God did that. You remember the story of Noah? Where basically it got so bad, God said, we got to start over here. This is not work. So he took one little nugget, Noah's family, and repopulated the earth. So maybe that's what we do, reboot mankind. I saw this one just yesterday. Some of you recognize it. One in particular I know will. Life's short. Make sure you spend as much time as possible on the internet arguing with strangers about politics. Now, I got to say that Michael Pico added to this a little bit of his part of it. Life's too short. Make sure you spend as much time as possible on the internet arguing with family and friends about politics. Yeah. And you see that is sometimes the way we go. But seriously, if you could change one thing, is your question. What if you change one thing in the world? What would it be? Saw a teacher with this. Putting this placard over her wall where she has the library area and teach peace. That'd be a good thing. Jesus would go for that. Jesus said, blessed are the peacemakers. They should be called the children of God. That's a pretty big deal. If I was trying to kind of guarantee my legacy, if I worked for peace, if I did what was necessary, did that hard work of working with people who don't want to work together. Right now, it's really got that in the culture, in the world. It's kind of like people don't even want to work together. Blessed are the peacemakers, the ones that keep bringing them back to the table. And bring them back to the table. I love this little line. I wish for you, my wish for you is that you continue to be who you are, to astonish a mean world with your acts of kindness. Maya Angelou. I thought, man, to astonish a mean world with your acts of kindness. Love that. If I'm talking about you, with your resources, your life story, your affinities, the things that you like, your capabilities, you might be good with numbers, might be good with. If you could change one thing in the world, what would it be? I can almost hear it. Maybe I hear some from over here, some from the children in the room. There's so many things. I mean, there's so many, and we're talking about big things, complex things. Just think about the world. There's just a lot that needs changing. Hunger, poverty, earthquakes, migrant children in shelters, climate change, injustice, terrorism, disease, politics, drugs, human trafficking, and erosion of trust at a world scale. You know, it's interesting that one of the things God put in the top 10 commandments was thou shalt not bear false witness. You realize if we bear false witness, it would telling lies to each other, it would keep them in society. Because you don't know when you do what I say you do. Yeah, well, maybe you do. It's sort of like a traffic light that works some of the time. It's worse than one that never works. If I just know that you're not a truth teller, well, I can depend on that, and I don't. But when it's sometimes on, sometimes off, wow, there's so many problems, and they're big problems. There's just so much there. Came across this week as I was trying to think about you and world communion. How do we embrace this thing? Do not be daunted by the enormity of the world's grief. Do justly now. Love mercy now. Walk humbly now. You are not obligated to complete the work, but neither are you free to abandon it. So many folks see it, and there's so much there, they just throw up their hands and they walk away. It's like you've been handed a spoon, and it said, go down to the beach and will you clean up the sand for me? Oh, yeah, you just throw a spoon away and you walk away, and it can be like that. I love that, but you're not obliged to complete the work, but neither are you free to abandon it. That's from the Cahaba. That's kind of some Jewish wisdom writing. It's laws about laws about laws. It's so deep and confusing. use. And I appreciate Jesus coming back and saying, hey, there's really this one. Love him. Love God, heart, soul, mind, strength. Love the neighbor as yourself. I appreciate that. But do not be overcome with evil. Folks, if the good guys quit, we lose by default. Do not be overcome with evil, but overcome evil with good. Ann Kimmel was a writer back during the 80s, Gene, and I read her books. She was really big with Campus Crusade for Christ bunch. And she was just this little wisp of a person. You know, she just had this something about her that was infectious. Interesting. Jesus said, if I be lifted up, I'll draw all people to myself. If the Christ in you is lifted up, is liberated, it comes out and it'll draw people. It is an attractive presence. The power of Christ is an amazing thing. But Ann Kimmel said there was the charisma. A lot of times we use that as a sacred word, but charis means gift. It's the Greek word for gift. And so when you have this gifting in you, this God gifting in you, that you don't want to ignore, but Ann Kimmel had this gifting. She wrote one book. And it was just so disarming, it made you want to go sign up and follow her. I'm out to change my world. Love the hairdo. Don't you just love the hairdo? It looks like a Saturday Night Live skit, I think. Fashion is sometimes cruel. But anyway, she had another one. I love the word impossible. And I mean, people were reading her books by the gazillions because, that's what I want. I want to love the word impossible. I want to go after something bigger than myself. With Jesus, I can do anything. It was the heart of what she was saying. And it just every page, it was little stories about people and her interactions and just sharing, and Jesus loves you too. And the little man's beginning to weep and beginning to say, I need Jesus. And she'd pray, can I pray with you? In an airport. It didn't matter where she was, at the shopping mall. It didn't matter. If she just offered Christ. John Wesley, that was his simplest of advice to us. What do we do in church? John Wesley, what do we do with the ocean of Eden? Offer them Christ. Those are his 3 words. Offer them Christ. And you can't fix it with Christ. It's amazing. With Jesus, I can do anything. Does it remind you? Philippians 4:13. You know, that's what Tim Tebow used to have under his eyes. You know, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. To as many as received him, but then he gave the power to become children of God. It's like, here's some plutonium. If you like to use this plutonium to drive your light, or here's some AAA batteries. If you want to use, you're going to go AAA battery. That's it. If anyone receives him, anyone comes to this table and embraces it, takes it into them, that they can do all things. They have the power to become. Notice, it doesn't happen just like that. And it happens really in here. It takes a while for the person to become. You become children of God. Today's transformational insight, folks, listen up. Transformational insight. At any given moment, you have the power to say, this is not how the story is going to end. For the country. This is not how the story is going to end, with it divided and people just want to destroy each other, wishing, really, the essence of hate is wishing the other wasn't. It's the essence of murder. Jesus said, if you hate your neighbor, then it's the same as murder. And the essence of hate is like, I wish they weren't. I wish they no longer exist. But this is not how this story is going to end. Not in my way. In the church. The Methodist Church, the larger church, the United Methodist Church is facing a general conference in 2019 where they're dealing with some of the most controversial issues. One that's been with the church for 40 years. And what do you do with that? Do we stay together? Do we divide and go 2 different ways? This is not how the story's going to end. This is not how the story's going to end. Not on my watch. You got the world. Environmental, climate issues. They think about nations and the way they relate to one another right now. It's a fragmented thing. It's a tough world. It's a tough world. But this is not how the story's going to end. Not on my watch. That is the people that we are. And Don Quixote, familiar with it? It's one of the books you're required to read. The Man of La Mancha was a Broadway play. It was written around this and played for years and years on Broadway. The Impossible Dream we dream, the impossible dream we find, the unbeatable fall. Oh, that's the Man of La Mancha. That is Don Quixote was the man that dreamt that impossible dream.
what had happened is basically he had spent all his time devoting to books, and it just drove him crazy after a while. He didn't know what to do with it. He did not know what to do with it, and so he began to kind of chase windmills. He saw windmills as dragons to be slain, and he saw Dulcinea. Dulcinea was actually a prostitute, but he saw her, this beautiful Dulcinea. She's my damsel in distress, because he saw the best, the possibilities, and everything. Here's a wonderful quote, actually from the book. When life itself seems lunatic, who knows where madness lies? Perhaps to be too practical is madness. To surrender dreams, this may be madness. Too much sanity may be madness, and the maddest of all. To see life, or the maddest of all, is to see life as it is and not as it should be. Wow, this is awesome stuff. It's quixotic. The word, they actually have a word that they named after the man. Have you got a word named after you? I don't know what they not named after me, but quixotic. To be quixotic is to be idealistic, romantic, visionary, utopian. There's something out there that's great, and they go for it. They go for it. Extravagant, starry-eyed. Some would say unrealistic, unworldly. But Don Quixote, there's a picture here of clouds. This is an actual photograph taken by a pilot who was coming out of a storm. And what he saw, is this a cool picture of what? Is this, all it could make me think of was Kermit the Frog. Why are there so many songs about rainbows? Rainbow illusions, only illusions. Rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told it's something to believe it. I know we're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it. Rainbow connection. Lover, the drinker, and the old. We are the Rainbow Connection. On this World Communion Sunday, our family table, we're reminded, folks, about the truth and justice and mercy. Is our truth, justice, and mercy out there? Right now, they're so foggy, but we're reminded of it. We're the Rainbow Connection, the love, justice, mercy, faith, hope, and love, peacemaking, the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Maybe I was hungry, and you gave me food, thirsty, you gave me drink. You see that? That's who we are. We're about that. We're turning the other cheek. We're going to. That's who we are. That's who we are. That's who the big church, the world. That's who it is. That's what we're about. The kingdom of God on earth as it is in heaven. We're reminded, folks, we're a chosen race, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's own people, that we may declare the wonderful deeds of Him who called us out of darkness, dark world, into His marvelous light. We're reminded that we're the Rainbow Connection. We're the Don Quixotes out there, salty the earth, light of the world. The believers who still believe we can go out and make it better. The Lord be with you. Lift up your hearts. Let us give thanks to the Lord our God. It is right and good and joyful thing, always and everywhere, to give thanks to you, Father Almighty, Creator of heaven and earth. You've made from one every nation and people to live on all the face of the earth. And so with your people on earth and all the company of heaven, we praise your name and join their unending hymn. Holy, holy, holy Lord, God of power and might, heaven and earth are full of your glory. Hosanna in the highest. Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Hosanna in the highest. Holy are you and blessed is your Son, Jesus Christ. By the baptism of his suffering, death, and resurrection, you gave birth to your church, delivered us from slavery to sin and death, and made with us a new covenant by water and the Spirit. You commissioned us to be your witnesses to the ends of the earth and to make disciples of all nations. And today, your family and all the world is joining at your holy table. On the night in which he gave himself up for us, he took bread, gave thanks to you, broke the bread, gave it to his disciples, and said, "Take, eat. This is my body, which is given for you. Do this in remembrance of me."
When the supper was over, he took the cup, in thanks he gave it to his disciples and said, "Drink from this, all of you. This is my blood of the new covenant, poured out for you and committed for the forgiveness of sins. Do this as often as you drink it in remembrance of me." And so in remembrance of these your mighty acts in Jesus Christ, we offer ourselves in praise and thanksgiving as a holy living sacrifice in union with Christ's offering for us, as we proclaim the mystery of the faith. Christ has died, Christ is risen, Christ will come again. Pour out your Holy Spirit on us gathered here and on these gifts of bread and wine. Make them be for us the body and the blood of Christ, that we may be for the world the body of Christ, redeemed by his blood. Renew our communion with your church throughout the world and strengthen it in every nation and among every people to witness faithfully to your name. By your Spirit, make us one with Christ, one with each other, and one in ministry to all the world, until Christ comes in final victory and we feast at his heavenly banquet. Through your Son, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit in your holy church, all honor and glory is yours, Almighty Father, now and forever. Amen. And now in the confidence of children of God, reconciled, made new, let us pray the prayer taught his disciples. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. I invite our worship team and our servers to come. I believe that our teams, we have some youth that are going to be sharing in our serving today, and that's awesome. Remind you about the World Communion offering. If you'd like to lead something as you come by on the edges of the stage, you're welcome to do that. If you'd like to leave it in the red basket as you leave, but I do hope that you'll participate in that. There's something mind-altering about sharing in the giving. Body of Christ. His blood shed for you. Share with you that well, their sleeves are short sleeves. As you come down, you can think about a method of intention. What will happen is a little piece of bread will be poured off for you, and you'll dip that in the cup. And the bread will be on the left and the cup on the right. There you go. Bread on the left, cup on the right. Perfect. But you'll come, and as you come, you'll have a little piece of bread, dip it in the cup. And the words of institution are very simple. They'll be on the stage behind the blood of Christ shed for you. The body of Christ broke for you, the blood of Christ shed for you. It's a wonderful gift. And you'll come out the right-hand side, that's your right-hand side of the aisles, and you'll just kind of make a little circle. And you'll be served, and then you'll make your way back to your seat on the left-hand side. Just makes a little circle. I invite you to come. It's a joyful, wonderful table to be a part. And so we invite you.
You've given yourself for us, Lord.
Now we give ourselves for others.
Your love has made us a new people.
As a people of love, we will serve you